So I don't know. Oh, there we go. I think this is working. I'm not entirely sure. Okay. Oh, just when you get used to everything, it changed. I don't know, the format seemed to have changed. So anyway, I'm here. I'm not sure if you are. I'm going to trust that this is working. I don't know. There's a lot of messages on my screen that were not there last time I did this last week. Oh, okay. Hi, Miguel. Can you see me? Everything's changed. Oh my gosh. And then it keeps like flashing and I don't know why. Oh. All right. I'm not sure what's happening. Let's see. Okay. Hi, Bob. Okay. I'm going to trust that this is working. And we'll just kind of move forward and hope for the best. I'm not sure why it keeps like flashing like that. Are you guys seeing that? Are you seeing that flash, or is that only on my side? All right. I'm not feeling as confident as I normally do while I'm doing this. So, but we're going to try. Okay. So if you have a couple of blankets will be really useful, and a strap. If you don't have a yoga strap, you can use a scarf. You could use a belt, something like that. If you have a bolster, that's great. If not, again, the blankets will be really helpful. Okay, so we are going to go ahead and start the class. Okay, Laura, if you can't figure out how to sign in, don't worry about it. As long as you can see it. Can you see me? All right, we're just going to trust that it's working. Okay, so let's go ahead and start laying down. And I always say to set yourself up for success. And what I mean by that is to get comfortable. Some people like to have a little bit of support underneath the knees. So you could take your towel or your blanket and roll it up. Whenever I lay down, the first thing I really like to do is lay down with my knees bent. All right, just kind of feels nice on the back. So you decide what's best for you. But let's just go ahead and lay down. And really, through most of this class, if you can hear me, you can do this with your eyes closed. All right? So go ahead and start to come into the breath. We're going to take a inhale through the nose, down into the belly, and exhale everything. And just taking a moment to land, right? To land on your mat, to be here now, to let go of all of the worries and everything that's going on. And just breathe. Okay, we're good. Again, just inhaling through the nose, into the belly, nice deep breaths, and exhale everything. Nice. Next time you inhale, go ahead and see if you can bring it from the belly up into the rib cage. So it's gently starting to expand the breath. Right. Just gently, kindly, consciously expanding the breath from the belly up into the rib cage. And it might be useful to take the hands and go ahead and place them gently on the ribs. So we can really tune into our breath. Becoming aware of how we're feeling inside, what's going on, right? Noticing if the breath is a little sticky. Next time we inhale, go ahead and bring it from the belly through the rib cage into the upper chest. It might be interesting to place the fingertips on the collarbones and just notice the movement there. And as you exhale, allow yourself to let go for real. Just give in, right? Giving into this moment, surrendering into the earth, surrendering into the here and now. And if you have your fingertips on the collarbones, go ahead and lay the arms back down next to the body, perhaps bringing the palms up, rolling the shoulders out, allowing the shoulders to get heavy, the head to get heavy, allowing the throat to relax, the face to relax, allowing the torso to get a little heavy. And if you have those legs bent, maybe it would feel okay to straighten them now. And just taking a moment to feel that connection to the earth, tuning into where your body is touching the earth, noticing the curves, noticing the symmetry or even the lack of symmetry on each side. For instance, is one buttocks heavier than the other? Does one side of the skull feel a little heavier than the other? Just taking a moment to notice without judgment, and then using that exhale to truly let it all go, right? Just whatever the thoughts are. And if it's challenging to do that, start to notice the breath. Start to notice things like the temperature in the nostrils. Is it cool? Maybe we can even start to notice where the breath is in the nostrils, right? So we have all these channels. We have 5 channels in the nostrils. So taking a moment to notice, maybe it's in the front, maybe it's in the back, maybe it's in the center, just noticing that. And then take a moment to notice if the breath is sticky anywhere along the energy line. So we have these chakras that start at the base of the body, come up through the center of the body and end the crown. And, you know, sometimes if there's things going on, that can be a little bit sticky. So just taking a moment to notice that, again, without judgment. But if it is sticky, maybe trying to relax a little bit on the exhale. Just imagine that as a clear, open channel. And let's inhale the arms up overhead. Palms up towards the sky, back of the hand on the earth. Take a little stretch here. So reach the fingertips away from the center of the body. Reach the toes away from the center of the body. Maybe push the heels away and then the toes. Nice. And then from here, let's cross the right ankle over the left. Go ahead and grab onto the right wrist with the left hand and gently pull over to the left. You can roll that head over, push the right foot away. Breathe into the right side of the body. Nice little side opener while we're on the earth. Breathing here. Nice. Beautiful. Oh, feel that stretch. And then gently coming back to center, releasing the hands, uncross the legs, cross the left leg over. Go ahead and grab the left wrist with the right hand, roll the head to the right, stretch out through the left side of the body. Maybe toes away, and then the heel away. Stretching out from center. Nice, beautiful. Relax that effort, gently come back to center, release the hands, uncross the legs. Pause here for a moment and just notice if that had an effect on the body. Nice. Let's gently bring the arms back down next to the body. Rock the head a little side to side. Letting go of any of that grip that exists right now in this moment. And then let's gently roll over onto the left side of the body. So as we roll over onto the left side of the body, we're going to bend the knees, right? We're going to extend the left arm straight out from the shoulder. Right hand comes on top. So knees are bent as if you're sitting in a chair. Knees are stacked, fingertips are stacked. If you feel like the head needs a little bit more support, grab one of your pillows or your blanket and put it underneath your head. And then from here, we're going to inhale the right arm up and over all the way. We're going to follow with the eyes. Oh, and then exhale back together. Beautiful. And just keep that going with your breath. Nice big inhale, opening up the chest. Exhale, palms together. Head follows the fingertips, continuing with this motion. Nice. And now really start to extend the fingertips away from the body. So reach, 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 reach towards the sky. Reach away from you. Nice. As we come back, continue that extension, reaching towards the sky. You can feel the shoulder blade open up a little bit. Nice. 2 more times. Up and over. Nice, slow, conscious, kind movements. This time as we come up and over, we're going to leave the right arm on the earth. And then we're going to bring the head into a comfortable position, whatever that means for you. So for me, bringing my eyes up towards the sky is more comfortable than having my head turned to the right while I hold this pose. So you decide what's best for you and do that. Continuing to breathe deeply here. Nice. And just, again, this idea of surrender, right? Surrendering into the moment. I mean, there's a lot going on in the world that we have no control over. So I think we're all surrendering in certain ways right now. And then very gently roll those palms down. Go ahead and bring the legs up through center. And we're going to roll over onto the right side of the body. So I'm going to actually turn around here so I can still see you. Okay, I'm going to roll over onto the right side. Knees are stacked again. Fingertips are stacked. Head is comfortable. If you need to support it, do so. Inhale the left arm up and over. Nice. Exhale the hands together. Maybe noticing if there's a difference between the right side and the left side. Keep that going. Inhale, up and over. Exhale together. Lovely. Nice, slow, conscious, kind movements with the breath. And then start to extend those fingertips, really reaching as we go now, reaching towards the sky, reaching behind the body. As we close the hands, reaching here too. Again, you can probably feel a little pull in that shoulder blade, a little opening in the upper back. Lovely. Keep it going. 2 more times. Up. And then together. Nice. All right. This time as we come up and over, again, we're going to leave the left arm on the earth. We're going to bring the head into a comfortable position, whatever that means to you, and we're going to breathe. Breathing into the twist, noticing what's happening. Like what's happening with that internal realm? Where are you feeling this? Can we get in tune with our bodies right now, for real? Nice, beautiful. Go ahead and roll those palms down. Bring the knees back up to center. And just pause here for a moment. Go ahead and take the feet at a comfortable distance apart so that that low back feels comfortable and heavy on the earth. Roll the palms up and just breathe here for a moment. And I'm actually going to turn around because it's easier for me. All right. So breathing, nice. Okay, beautiful. And then from here, you're going to grab one of your towels or blankets, whatever you have, and you're going to fold it to give you a little bit of height, right? So whatever works for you, comfortable enough because we're going to bring our bottoms up on here. So we're going to do sort of a supported bridge pose. So we're going to bring those feet about hip distance apart. We're going to inhale the booty up. We're going to bring that blanket underneath. We're going to find a nice comfortable spot to come on down. And then from here, just make sure that those feet are parallel with the outside of the mat, right? The edges of the mat. The tendency for me is to roll the toes out. So I have to pay attention to that and bring the feet in line. Right? I'm going to roll the shoulder blades together and down. Again, continuing this idea of opening up the front of the chest, upper chest, and just breathe for a moment. Let the head get heavy. Take a moment to find a comfortable position for the back of the neck. And, you know, it tends to be a little different for all of us. So do what works for you. One of the, fabulous advantages to doing this practice in your home is that there's nobody that you have to compare yourself with, right? So maybe as we roll through these practices, you can, compare your practice to the last one, right? How's the breath? Is it deep? Is it even? Is the face relaxed? Tongue off the roof of the mouth. And then slowly allow the shoulder blades to spread out a little bit so that upper back is flat on the earth. And then let's bring one leg and then the other up towards the sky. All right. You might want to bring your palms down to give you a little stability here. And notice my knees are slightly bent, right? Like I don't have them slammed straight. I like just a little bit of softness in the knees. And then I'm going to take the feet about hip distance apart. All right. So again, my legs are going to drop down into the leg socket and we're going to point and flex the feet. So pointing and flexing. And notice where the grip builds up, right? Like you might start to notice it in the face, the neck, the shoulders, the jaw. Just keep it relaxed. Right, the effort here is in the calf muscles and actually in the heart a little bit, right? She's pumping a little harder. She's getting that energy up towards the feet. And then gently, kindly, consciously circle those ankles in one direction. Continuing to breathe as we move through this. And then circle in the opposite direction. Nice. And then we'll stop circling and we'll just breathe into the effect of that. Like take a moment to notice that awareness of energy in the ankles, the feet, the toes. Right? Just appreciating the design team and how well we are constructed. And then from here, gently allow the legs to drop to opposite sides. I like to bring my hands inside my legs and just kind of rest the arms there to sort of help with this stretch a little bit. If this feels a little intense, you can sort of bend the knees a little bit. You'll still get a stretch in the inner thigh, but it won't be quite so intense. Again, breathing here. Seeing if you can surrender a little bit. If you start to feel a little fatigue here, you can point and flex the feet. Right? You'll just kind of take your mind off that fatigue. Breathing into this. And then let's start to bend the knees. We're going to bring the knees towards the shoulders. We're going to come into a happy baby pose. We're going to bring the hands to the arch of the feet if that's available. If it's not available, you can bring it to the ankles, the calves, even down onto the thighs, whatever works for you. We're going to gently push those knees down a little bit towards the underarms, towards the shoulders, and then maybe rock a little side to side. Nice. Go ahead and bring the hands outside the legs. Bring the legs together. Go ahead and bend the knees. Thighs are on the chest. Hands back down to the earth. Palms on the earth. Go ahead and release one foot down and then the other. And just pause here for a moment. Then making sure those feet are nice and grounded into the earth. Let's go ahead and inhale the booty up, right? Go ahead and take that blanket out and roll it on down. Nice. And pause here for a moment and breathe. And then from here, with the hands on the earth, we're going to do a little bit for the core. So go ahead and bring the legs up as if you're sitting in a chair. So knees are bent, shins are parallel to the earth, right? Legs are together. That's going to help a little bit here. We're going to bring the arms out to the side a little bit, right? Like they're not completely at a T, but they're like halfway between. All right. And what we're going to do from here is next time we exhale, well, first of all, gather the low belly up and push that low back onto the earth so that she's already connected. All right. Notice that feeling. We want to kind of keep that low back connected to the earth as we roll through center. We're going to exhale the knees down to the left. Don't let them touch. Inhale the legs up to center and exhale over to the right. Again, inhaling through center, connect that low back to the earth, exhale the legs down. And then just keep this going with your breath, right? Coming up through center on an inhale, exhaling down, don't let the legs touch, almost. Now, if you feel like you want to spice this up a little bit, like you're like, Liz, this is really easy, I'd like a little bit more of a challenge, extend the legs. Right? Increase the weight of the legs, and it's going to be a little bit more challenging. But pay attention to the low back, right? Just make sure that that low back is connected to the earth. Hi, Alexis. All right, so you want to keep yourself safe. Couple more times. Good work. All right, next time you come up, go ahead and bring the knees into the chest, rock a little bit side to side. You can let the knees drop apart. Just breathing here for a moment. Take that blanket that you folded up, your blanket or your towel that you folded up, go ahead and bring it to the base of your body. And let's bring our feet sole to sole on that for a moment. Arms out to the side like a T, palms facing up. So we're raising the feet up a little bit. Kind of lets the low back spread out. And just breathe. Again, this idea of surrender, right? This idea of be here now. Like not worried about anything other than the breath. Just paying attention to the breath, the body. You go ahead and bring those knees up. And go ahead and gently push that blanket or towel out of the way. Coming back, feet on the earth. And then locate your strap, either your strap or your scarf or your belt, whatever it is that you've got. Go ahead and Okay, go ahead and grab that. And let's start with the left leg today. So we're going to bring the left knee in. We're going to take the strap or whatever you're using and bring it around the ball of the foot. All right, and we're going to start by bending and straightening the knee. Now, if possible, we don't want the leg moving between the knee and the hip socket. All right, so just up and down. And then we want to see if we can create a little bounce. All right. So as the leg comes down, it kind of bounces back up like a rubber band. All right. Breathing as you go. Still relaxing. You're on the floor. Shouldn't be a lot of tension here. All right. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to hold this stretch. Now the tendency here is to grab on and pull. So don't do that. Like, be kind. Right? Shoulders on the earth, hands kind. They're the motor organ of the heart, right? And depending on your level of flexibility today in this moment, maybe instead of pulling on the strap, you gently encourage the leg, right? Just nice and gentle, being kind, taking a moment to appreciate your body, right? Like, really, appreciate your health. All the things that we have right now. We could be stuck in the house with loved ones or small children or medium children. We could be all alone, but right now we're together doing this. And so just focusing on that. And then very gently allow this left leg to drop out to the side. Now, depending on your level of flexibility, coming down to the earth might not work, right? It will if you bring the leg down a little bit further, right? So it's not quite out at such a 90-degree angle, but a little bit down further. So make it so that you can bring your leg to the earth. So again, whatever works for you today in this moment. Drop that right knee out to the right a little bit. I like to keep my right arm out so that I don't roll over with my leg, right? So my back is still on the earth. And then gently straighten that right leg with that knee rotated out, okay? And what might happen is you might notice the stretch changes from the inner thigh on the left side to the right front hip, okay? So again, what we're gonna do here is we're just gonna breathe and we're just gonna let everything sink in. Okay. Just get heavy, right? Back to this idea of surrender. I've been spending a lot of time sitting and cleaning and doing a lot of things that I just haven't seemed to have time to do. Notice where the resistance is, right? Like, my experience with this particular pose is I'm not even aware of the fact that my right leg is resisting until I'm able to let go completely. Go ahead and inhale that left leg up. Exhale all the way over the body to the other side. Left arm stays behind. Again, head in a comfortable position, whatever that means for you. Close your eyes and breathe into this. Deep breaths and a twist, right? Nice. And then go ahead and lift that left leg back up towards the sky. Take the strap off. Shake the leg out a little bit. And then go ahead and drop it down onto the earth. And then let's just take a moment to notice, like, breathing into the soup of that. How does it feel? How does the left leg feel compared to the right? Is it a little longer? Is it more spacious? Is it heavier? The yogi is curious, right? The yogi has a very curious mind and would like to know that mind-body-spirit connection. Nice. Go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. And let's wrap the strap around the right leg, and we'll start the same thing on the right side. So we're going to start by bending and straightening the right leg. All right. And then again, once you get a little comfortable, can you create a little bounce as your leg comes down? All right, as it comes, I guess as it comes back up. All right, so it's a little bouncing here. Nice. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Now we're going to hold the stretch. Again, we're going to be kind and gentle with the hands. You're going to straighten that leg, heel towards the sky, toes towards the face, and breathe into it. And if it's available, maybe we use the hands instead of the strap to encourage the leg. Nice deep breaths. Right buttock stays on the earth. Breathing here. Nice. And then from here, we'll very gently allow the right leg to drop out to the side. All right. That left knee drops out. Left arm comes out, so the back stays on the earth. And then we start to straighten out that left leg. Oh, so kind of interesting, right? Your left side is your cool side, feminine side, moon side, relationship side. Right side is your hot side, male side, sun side, responsibility side. It doesn't like mean anything except that it's sort of interesting to note which side is a little stickier, right? So normally I'm stickier on the left side, and I'm experiencing that. So breathing into that. When it's different, right? When my right side is tight, it usually means I'm trying to control something that I can't, or I'm up in somebody's business that I shouldn't be in. I find that everything I do off the mat is reflected on the mat. And then, you know, my goal is what I do on the mat to be reflected out into the world, right? So it would probably be good to spend more time on the mat so that I could actually do that. Go ahead and inhale that right leg up. Exhale across the body. Right arm stays behind. Again, head's in a comfortable position, and breathe. So depending on how often you're laying down on your mat and what you're doing there, it's kind of an interesting dichotomy to notice, you know, the difference in the behavior on the mat and off the mat. And for me, the goal is to, you know, have that be a little more synergetic, if that's a word. Nice, deep breath. And then we'll inhale that right leg back up towards the sky. Take the strap off, shake the leg out a little bit, and then go ahead and bring it down to the earth. Arms down in a comfortable position, palms up or down, whichever feels okay. And as you breathe here, remember in the beginning, we tried to measure how the body felt on the earth. So take a moment and notice if there's anything different. Answers are yes, no, and I don't know. But just breathe into that and notice. And then from here, bring the arms a little closer if they're not close. Go ahead and bend one knee and then the other. Let's take the feet a nice distance apart, about mat distance apart. Let's let that low back get a little heavy. Bring the arms up overhead in a comfortable, sustainable position. So ideally, I'd like it in sort of this cactus victory pose with the elbows slightly higher than the shoulders. But again, I want you to do whatever works for you. All right. And again, we're going to gather up the low belly, push that low back onto the earth, know what that feels like. As we exhale, the knee is down to the left. Right hip comes up, As we inhale through center, we're going to gather up that low belly, push the low back onto the earth, exhale the knees to the right, left hip comes up. Continuing to do that in your breath. Again, as you inhale through center, imagine rolling through on the bones, the back hip bones, right? Connecting that low back. Again, moving consciously, kindly with the breath. This is one of my favorite stretches. It just always feels so good in the legs, right? Okay, next time the legs come down to the left, let's sink in a little bit. So allowing the legs to get heavy, maybe the head rolls to the left. I know that some people like to take that left foot and place it on the right knee. I don't know, for me, like this is enough, but if you feel like that would be useful, please feel free to do that. And then gently straighten the right arm behind you, away from the center. Take that left hand and place it along the right rib cage. And again, just breathe into this. So connecting into the breath. This idea of be here now. And can you take a moment to just appreciate you? Let the internal conversation be kind, encouraging. Nice. Releasing that left arm up above the head. Softening the right elbow again. Inhaling knees and head to center. Pausing here for a moment and just noticing how that feels. Measuring the difference between the right side and the left with kindness. And then next time we exhale, we're going to exhale the knees to the right, knowing, again, that both sides may not be equal. Maybe we roll the head to the right. Maybe we extend that left arm away from center and just breathe into this stretch. Maybe we take the right hand and place it along the left rib cage or on top of the heart, tuning into this lovely, intimate relationship in the body. Continuing to breathe deeply. Go ahead and soften that left elbow. Bring the right arm back up overhead. Go ahead and roll back to center on an inhale. And let's go ahead and bring the hands to the belly. And just breathe here for a moment. Let the shoulders get a little heavy. Maybe rock the head a little side to side. All right, release any tension that may have built up there. Nice. Let's go ahead and bring the knees into the chest. Rock them out a little side to side. And then we're going to bring our hands underneath the knees and we're going to rock forward and back a few times. All right, just giving a nice little massage on the back. Just feel that spine all the way from the top of the spine to the tailbone. And then go ahead and come on up. And let's come on to our hands and knees. Now, as we come on to our hands and knees, it's useful to create a little padding for the knees. Okay? So creating a little padding for the knees. We'll start with the hands underneath the shoulders. Knees are underneath the hips, about hip distance apart. All right, and from here we're going to do like a gentle cat-cow. So we're going to round the back, push the hips back a little bit, arch the back, lift the chin and chest up through the shoulders. All right, so rounding and arching. I like to inhale as I'm rounding. I like to fill the spine, the space between the vertebrae. And then as I exhale, I'm actually using the back muscles to compress the spine, push the prana out, create space for more. And doing that over and over. Next time you round your back, let's take it into a barrel roll. So we're going to come out to the side. We're going to drop the chin and chest to the earth, and we're going to roll it on up. Now here's the thing about this. You can do this however you want, right? You can come forward and do it, or you can kind of scoop around the heels, like whatever feels good. Close your eyes, be in your body for real, and feel the fluidity of your body. Feel the fluidity of your spine as it moves in this sort of, horizontal direction as opposed to a vertical direction. Exhaling as you come down, inhaling as you come up. Next time you're in a rounded position, reverse your circle, going in the opposite direction. Breathing as you go. Nice. Inhaling on the way up. Exhaling down. Feeling fluid. Nice. Beautiful. Couple more times. Just enjoy that. Feel that. And then very gently make your way into child's pose. So maybe the knees come apart a little bit, big toes come together, booty comes down onto the heels, and then belly, chest, forehead, and just breathe. Relaxing the face, relaxing the jaw. All right, nice, even breaths. It's relaxing here. And then very gently making your way back up into this table pose, right? So we bring the knees back under the hips. Bring the hands under the shoulders. And let's just tuck the toes under and just come into a plank pose for a moment. All right, and just holding this, breathing into this. It's creating a little warmth, a little fire, a little strength here. Nice deep breaths. And we're going to hold 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, go ahead and just float it up into downward dog for a moment. Drop the heels down, booty comes up. Nice. Maybe you bend one knee and then the other. That feels like it would be yummy. Pushing into the thumbs, the index fingers, right? It's kind of staying away from the heel of the hand, pushing more into the ball. Go ahead and drop those heels down for a moment. Breathe here. And then we're going to look between our hands and I'm going to give you a couple options. We're going to step our right foot forward, okay? If that seems a little bit too tricky, drop the left knee down, bring the right foot forward, right? Come back up onto the left toes in a low lunge, all right? So breathing here for a moment. As we breathe here for a moment, like really sinking those feet into the earth, sinking the hips down a little bit. Okay, this is a pretty big lunge, but you got it. Now, see if we can bring our weight from our hands to our legs. All right? Nice. Breathing into that. All right? So again, creating a little heat, a little strength. Nice. We'll bring our hands back down. Go ahead and bring the hands inside that right leg. All right, hands inside the right leg. Now it might be easier to kind of bring that right leg back, bring the hands back to center, bring it back into downward dog, breathing here. Again, you can move one knee and then the other. Coming back into plank, actually looking in between your hands, and go ahead and bring that left foot forward. All right. Again, if you need to drop the right knee down and then bring the left foot forward, that's fine. Sinking down, like sinking into those feet, into the earth, and then seeing if you can bring the body up. Nice low lunge, beautiful. Breathe. Okay, so hopefully you're facing the video because what we're going to do is we're going to drop that right foot down. We're going to rotate the left foot. We're going to look forward. So if you need to kind of scramble around to do that, go ahead and do that. We're going to come into a forward fold, wide forward fold. So we'll start with maybe the hands on the earth, all right? Back is flat. Breathing into this. And then go ahead and drop the head, right? Maybe shake the head out here a little bit side to side. It's kind of nice. Like let the head get heavy. Breathing into this. Lift the chest up, back into that flat back for a moment. All right. Push the booty back a little bit. Can you bring the arms up? All right, nice. So, breathing into that. I feel like I'm at a little bit of an angle here. Nice, bring the hands down. Go ahead and heel toe the feet together, about hip distance apart. And then come on down into a squat, if that's available. All right. Breathing here for a moment. Nice. Go ahead and bring it down. We're going to come back onto our hands and knees for one more sequence, and then we'll sit for a moment. Okay, so again, on hands and knees. Let's bring the left arm forward, right leg out. Okay, now what happens is we all come back a little bit onto that right knee, the left leg because it's heavier, right? It's stronger. So what I want you to do with that left arm forward, right leg back, come forward and to the right a little bit, onto that right hand. And you'll know you're centered because the core is going to kick on, all right? You'll start to feel your core kick on. Hold this. Beautiful, creating strength. Breathing. And if this is just a little too challenging, drop the toes down. Just bring the toes to the earth, right? Go ahead, drop the hand down, bend that right leg, and start to lift that right leg up, right? So pumping from the glute. Up, up, up. Keep the chest lifted. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Go ahead and bring that leg down. Let's bring it into child's pose for a moment and breathe. Nice deep breaths here. All right, just taking a moment. Coming back to center. Appreciating our breath, our bodies. Okay, bringing it back up into our table pose. All right. This time we're going to lift the right hand left leg. All right. Again, I felt myself just pull back onto my right leg, right? Because she's stronger than my left arm. So I'm going to come forward and to the left a little bit, and I feel that core kick on. Uh-oh. Did I lose you? Okay, breathing there. Nice deep breaths. Again, if this is a little too challenging, you can drop the toes down on the left leg. Keep the chest pushed away. Nice. Go ahead and bring the right hand down, bend the left knee, and let's just pump it up from the glute. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Nice. Go ahead and bring that knee down. Take the knees apart. Go ahead and bring it into child's pose and breathe for a moment. Go ahead, gently roll it on. Okay, we're going to come into a comfortable seated position. So you have options here. If, sitting on the heels works, that's great. If you'd rather sit cross-legged, that's fine. Again, whatever works best for you. Locate your strap, your scarf, your belt, whatever it is that you have. And what we're going to do is we're going to bring our hands, and I'm just going to scoop them around once, and bring the arms pretty wide, right? Like they're not quite as wide as they can go, but it's a pretty wide stance here with the arms, all right? And what we're going to do is we're going to allow that strap, right, scarf, whatever it is you have it, we're going to keep the arms this distance apart as we roll over to the left. Inhale through center and roll over to the right. Again, inhale through center, over to the left. Inhale through center, over to the right. Let's come up through center. Now, can we bring the arms behind the body a little bit, just as much as you can. So the strap or scarf will allow you to kind of put the weight into your hands, right? So basically gravity is doing most of the work here, right? Like again, I'm just kind of surrendering into gravity here a little bit, letting those arms drop back, but they're being held by the strap so it feels safe, it feels comfortable, it feels okay. Breathing into that. All right, bring them back to center. Gently release it down. Release your hands. All right, go ahead and just roll those shoulders back. Nice big circles, right? Rolling back. And then roll them forward. Nice. All right, and then go ahead and take your right hand and place it on the earth. All right. Drop that right shoulder, lift the left arm up, and lean over. Now, keep that arm over the head, not in front of the head for now. Over the head, all right? Even back a little bit if that's available. Head's comfortable, right? Check in with the neck. And then go ahead and look down at your right hand. Sweep the arm in front of you. Left arm over to the other side. Inhale the right arm up and over. Again, maybe slightly behind you. Left shoulder's dropped. Look down at the left hand. Sweep the arm in front of you. All right, bringing it to the other side. Again, We're going to move a little bit faster. All right, we're going to look down at the right hand. We're going to sweep the arm in front of us onto the mat. Right arm comes up. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, lift the left arm. Beautiful. One more time each side. Exhale, sweep. Inhale, lift the right arm. Last time. Exhale, sweep. Let's just lift both arms for a moment. Exhale them down. Bring them behind the body. Interlace the fingers. Interlace them with the awkward pinky on the bottom. Pull down. Maybe take the knees apart a little bit if you're on your knees. If you're sitting cross-legged, you're fine. Go ahead and bend forward. Lift the hands up towards the sky and just breathe into this. Nice deep breaths. Bring the hands down first. Arms next to the head. Use the arms to push yourself up. Shake it out a little bit. Nice. If you're not on your bottom, go ahead and come onto your bottom. How are we doing time-wise? Okay, we're good. All right, go ahead and bring the feet out in front of you. Legs out in front of you. Shake it out a little bit. All right. So sitting up nice and tall. I find it very useful to come back to that little folded blanket or towel and sit on that, right? So when I get a little bit of height, my pelvis rocks forward, my back's straight, my spine kind of drops down into that pelvic bowl, and there's just a little bit, it's a little bit more comfortable and I feel a little bit better aligned, all right? So we're gonna bring the toes towards the ceiling, all right? We're going to inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart. And as we exhale, we're going to hinge at the waist and fold over. We're going to try to keep the chest up, right? We worked on this last week. The tendency is to round and drop the head. Let's not do that, right? Let's keep the chest up and just breathe into this. We all have a different level of flexibility, right? Like be where you are now, right? Be here now, like not where you want to be or where you used to be, but actually where you are on the exhale. Maybe you give in a little more. There's that tiny surrender that happens. Nice. Now go ahead and now you can drop the head, round the back, soften the knees, drop the arms, roll it on up. Nice. Let's bring the right leg in. So the sole of the right foot is on the inner left thigh. We're going to drop that left leg out slightly so the pelvis is slightly more open. Okay? Again, left toes are pointed towards the ceiling. All right? We're going to inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart. We're going to fold over that left leg. And we're going to breathe into that. Nice deep breaths. Again, chest stays lifted. Okay, back is straight. Nice, beautiful, deep breathing. I know you look fabulous. Now you can soften the knee. All right, round the back, drop the head. And then gently push it on up. And let's change legs. All right, so bringing that left leg in. All right. Right toes are pointed towards the ceiling. Right leg is extended out a little bit to the right so that the pelvis is open. Inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart. Exhale, fold over. Breathing into this. Again, chest is lifted, right? We want to keep the back straight. You want to keep it from rounding. Relax the jaw, the face, the tongue. Like notice where the grip is, where the tension is. Can you let it go a little bit? And then when you let that go, can you scooch down a little further? Just a tad. Now you can soften the knee, drop the head, round the back. And then go ahead and lift it on up. And then go ahead and take the legs wide. All right, nice and wide. Okay, sitting up nice and tall. Inhale the arms up. Exhale forward. Again, we're going to keep that chest lifted, right? So I'm not one of those people who can just fold over here. Some people can. Maybe you can, and that's fabulous. But like wherever you are, take a moment to appreciate that. Keep the chest lifted, right? Unless you are able to fold completely over, but I don't want the back rounded. Breathing into this. And again, like what's the internal conversation? Is it kind? You know, is it generous? Breathing. And then on the exhale, can you scooch just a tad further? Like maybe it's just a quarter of an inch. Nice. Now go ahead and round the back, drop the head. And then push it on up. Last time. We're going to bring those legs back to center. We're going to see if we've created any more mobility by going through that sequence that we just went through. All right. Inhale the arms up, shoulder distance apart, toes towards the ceiling. Fold over. Oh, to become just a little bit further. Always knowing that the answers are yes, no, and I don't know. So whatever works for you. Again, the fabulous advantage to doing this at home is that you're not likely to be comparing yourself to anybody. And that's really nice. Well, I definitely miss having you all in class. This is a fabulous substitute. I mean, we're so lucky. I mean, we're so lucky to have what we have. And now you can soften the knees, round the back, drop the head. And then go ahead and roll it on up. All right. So we're going to come into our meditation, and I'll offer a couple of options. So I definitely think lying down would be nice, all right, because then you can just listen. If you're in a lighted room, you might want to take a moment to turn off the lights. If you have an eye mask or, you know, some lavender oil or, you know, something that makes your meditation special, and go ahead and take a moment to grab that. I'm going to take a drink of water. All right. I like to give myself a little extra padding underneath the back. Take that second blanket that you have. If this feels like it might be interesting, all right? You can open it up. And you can kind of roll it up loosely, like loosely roll it up. Right? You can see this, nice and loose there, all right? And then bring your feet sole to sole, or before you bring your feet sole to sole, wrap this blanket around the ankles, right? And then bring the feet sole to sole, letting the ankles drop down onto that. So kind of like when we had the strap in our arms and we were coming back, and that was kind of that formation of the strap allowed gravity to help us with the stretch. Same thing here, right? So we can kind of give into the earth a little bit more when we have the ankles supported. So bringing the arms out a comfortable distance apart from the body with the palms up. And let's come into some nice, deep, diaphragmatic breathing. I'm going to lower the light a little bit, like we had at the beginning of class. All right? So, inhaling through the nose, down into the belly. And just gently exhale everything. Inhaling through the nose, down into the belly, and exhale everything. And continuing to do that with your breath. nice, deep, diaphragmatic breaths. Eventually bringing that breath from the belly up into the rib cage. Allowing the exhale to take you a little deeper into relaxation. Each exhale takes you deeper into relaxation. Bringing the breath from the belly through the ribs into the upper chest. Exhale everything. And as we deepen the breath and we slow it down, maybe you can start to pause at the bottom of the exhale. So next time you exhale, just pause before you inhale. And as we begin to practice that, the pause becomes a little longer. So just allowing the pause to lengthen. Allowing each exhale to take you deeper into a sense of relaxation. And imagine that you're lying down on a lovely, slab of obsidian rock that's in the middle of a pool, that's in the middle of a jungle on an island in the tropics. So this lovely piece of earth beneath you, this rock beneath you, has been warmed by the sun. The sun is shining down on your body. And this pool is being fed by a waterfall, so there's this little mist happening so that your body feels comfortable, cool, despite the warmth of the earth and the warmth of the sun. And as you start to tune into this place, right, this time, there is a primitiveness about this jungle, right? It feels old. This place feels very old. It feels untouched by man. The jungle is thick, right? And the plants are large. The flowers are exotic. It's almost as if it's a little tiny Garden of Eden, someplace untouched by time, by humans. And the sky is blue, clear. There's some exotic birds. And in your mind's eye, imagine yourself gently sliding off this rock into the pool, this kind of warm pool. Picture yourself walking towards the waterfall. And imagine yourself standing beneath the waterfall, just allowing this water to cleanse you. As you stand beneath the waterfall, you can feel the water pounding onto the head and the shoulders. Perhaps you, in your mind's eye, lift up your arms, palms up. And you can almost feel this cleansing taking place. As this waterfall washes away any impurities, any negativity, any stuck energy. Letting it all just flow away. And then in your mind's eye, picture yourself walking back through that pool to the bank, to the other side, sitting down on the bank of the other side of the pool, lifting your face up to the sun. Very gently straighten your legs out of the position that they're in. Imagine the sun drying the water on your body, feeling connected to the earth, connected to the sky. And as you look around, you notice the jungle and the edges of the pool. Imagine on the other side of the pool, there's a little rustling happening in the jungle. Like it's moving, like something's happening. And imagine out from the jungle comes a mother jaguar and her 2 cubs. They come to the edge of this pool to drink. And she sees you, but she doesn't find you threatening, just as you don't find her threatening. And there's just something very magical in this moment. She lets her cubs drink. And as you observe this, you know that you're witnessing something special, something unique. And then she takes a drink from the pool and with one last look at you, turns around and saunters back into the jungle. And as you breathe in that experience, allowing that spirit animal's energy to fill your being, and just knowing right now in this moment, you are whole, perfect, and complete. Everything's okay. Really, truly, everything is okay. And then ever so gently, releasing this beautiful imagery. Ever so gently starting to come back into your breath. Back into this place, this time, this moment. If you didn't straighten your legs, go ahead and gently straighten the legs. Allowing the blood to flow back through the knees, down into the feet, wiggling the fingers and toes. And then when you're ready, very gently rolling over onto the left side of your body. That's that cool side, the moon side, the feminine side. And just bending the knees and hugging this feeling to you for a moment longer, knowing that you've done something good for yourself, you've done something good for the planet, right? We have the ability to project peace out into the world, one breath at a time, like literally just one breath at a time. Using that right hand to gently push yourselves up into a comfortable seated position for a moment. Bowing the head in gratitude and humility, just taking a moment to send some gratitude out into the universe. And then lifting the chin so that it's parallel to the earth. If you care to, you can join me in a single Om. So we'll take a nice deep breath in together. Om. Namaste. I thank you so much for joining me. Drink some water, right? Take care of yourselves. Be good to each other. Namaste.